Dream high. 왜들 그리 다운돼 있어? 뭐가 문제야? Say something. 분위기가 겁나 싸. 무슨 이런 게 유행인가? 왜들 그리 재미없어? 그건 나도 마찬가지. Tell me what I got to do. 그 반대로 블루투스 켜. 아무 노래나 일단 틀어. 아무거나 신나는 걸로. 아무렇게나 춤춰. 아무렇지 않아 보이게. 아무 생각하기 싫어. 아무개로 살래 잠시. I'm sick and tired of my everyday. Keep it up 한 곡도. 아무 노래나 일단 틀어. 아무렴 어때 so boring. 아무래도 refresh가 시급한 듯해 쌓여간 스트레스가 배꼽 빠질 만큼만 복속하고 싶은 날이야. You're one of my thugs. 어디야 넌? 올 때 병맥주랑 깜짝놀게 사와. 클럽은 구미가 잘 안 당겨. 우리 집 거실로 빨랑 왜 보이는 여우령껏 차단시켜. 밤새 수다 떨 시간도 모자라. 누군 힘들어 죽겠고 누군 축제. 괜히 싱숭생숭 I want my huge bag. 좀 전까지 먹자지 하다 한 명 두 명씩 자리. 왜들 그리 다운돼 있어? 뭐가 문제야? Say something.
K-pop sensations BTS have earned a nomination for the Grammy Awards.
왜들 그리 재미없어? 그건 나도 마찬가지. Tell me what I got to do. 그 반대로 블루투스 켜. 아무 노래나 일단 틀어. 아무거나 신나는 걸로. 아무렇게나 춤춰. 아무렇지 않아 보이게. 아무 노래나 KOC.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Kasy Cultural Show. My name is Joseph Cho, a current junior in Brantford, and I have been serving on the Kasy board as a cultural chair for the past year and a half. As you guys could tell from the introduction, it has been quite a while since we've last held our cultural show in person. Since April of 2019, I think it's safe to say that the world has in many ways changed, and with it, so has the state of Korean and Korean American culture. From cinema to music, it is fascinating to see how much Korean culture has spread throughout the globe in the past 2 years alone, and I'm really excited to see what comes next. While this definitely wasn't the way or I think any of us expected to celebrate or attend this year's Kasy Cultural Show, in honor of continuing one of Kasy's most popular traditions, we wanted to at least host one this time in the absence of last year, as we look forward to the future and hopefully go back to our normal in-person format this coming academic year. Obviously, from the introduction, there have been a lot of positive developments within Korean culture, but I would be remiss to acknowledge that since our last cultural show, we have all been collectively witness to some unusual changes in our political and social landscape, especially with the rise of anti-Asian hate crimes and the COVID-19 pandemic. It has only been a little over a month since the mass shootings in Atlanta, Georgia, and I understand that for many members of our community, continuing through the spring semester has been more challenging than previous times. I know that I can speak on behalf on the entire Kasy board that we are always here to support and guide you to any academic or mental resources you may need as we finish out the final weeks of classes before summer break, so please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. To continue reflecting since our last cultural show, Kasy has been hard at work creating new initiatives and opportunities for Kasy members to get involved and engage with the Korean American community here at Yale, such as through our new roundtable speaker series, Korean American Conversations. This past semester, we were fortunate enough to host YouTuber and singer-songwriter David Choi, and we are currently reaching out to other notable Korean Americans to invite as potential guest speakers for future events, so please look forward to that in addition to our other events, including Adopted Friends, our social hangouts, and much more that we hope we will be able to resume in person this coming academic year. Again, we regret that we weren't able to host a traditional in-person cultural show this year, and while today's event will be fairly short, we hope people will still be able to enjoy the performances we have in store today, and hope that people who are not able to make it to the live premiere will be able to watch us later once this is uploaded on YouTube. Without further ado, for our first performance, we have Movements with their dance cover of 17's song, Left and Right.
하나 둘 셋 넷
Left and right, left and right, left and right. 17.
줄 말아야 해 줄배선에 설 때 나는 부릅뜨고 고개를 들어 무릎 꿇고서 추진력을 얻고 나면 제일 먼저 baby 앞서가네
친구들 불러와 I'ma celebrate 한 번만 말려 we party today 과메스 달려 꼬리를 휘날려 도와줘나 버팔로 레드 카페 위를 줘 내일은 전화가 거야 또 아물며 대기 꼬들 줘 말도 안 들어 내 말을 또 들어 어쩌고 저쩌고 시끄러 시끄러 우리에게 필요한 건 달콤한 내일이잖아 행가래 하늘 향해 달리고 달려봐도 도대체 어찌어찌는 얘가 달리는 것만으로도 충분하다고 그럼 뭐 어쩌라고 아끼는 것도 방법이라고 아무리 한번 되겠어 하하하하 스무번 더 하하하하 이것은 결승선에 No make that sound relevant 원하게 Yeah, it goes back Left and right Left and right Left and right Rip it Left and right Left and right Left and right Rip it 좋을 땐 걱정 없이 더더 확실하게 follow me Yeah, it goes back Left and right Left and right Left and right Rip it 혼자가 아니라 우리 위라서 건넬 필요 없어 혼자가 아니라 우리 위라서 또 걱정 없이 달리지 So 열정했어 relevant 쓸 생각은 왜 하나 둘셋넷 Left and right Left and right Left and right Rip it Left and right Left and right Left and right Rip it 같이 가보자 걱정 없이 더 확실하게 follow me Left and right Left and right Left and right Rip it
Thank you, Movement, for that amazing dance performance. For our next segment, this year, Kasy has partnered with STAND to promote awareness on the history of comfort women. Earlier this year, Harvard Law professor John Ramseyer was at the center of heated controversy over an academic publication that, contrary to historical evidence, claimed comfort women were voluntarily employed. Because of these recent developments within the comfort woman conversation, two members from STAND, Kimberly Cruz, and one of our very own Kasy board members, Joy Yoon, will be sharing some background, poetry, and testimony on the experiences of comfort women. Trigger warning, sensitive content will be discussed, so for those who may feel uncomfortable listening to this presentation, I do want to offer this warning beforehand.
Hi everyone, we are going to present a set of testimonies and a poem that encapsulates the comfort women issue. There have been various Korean women who have spoken up about surviving the comfort women situation, sexual slavery in Japan. So please stay tuned to learn more, and if you have any questions, please reach us at stand at Yale. And we have a Facebook page, Stand with Comfort Women, if you want to learn more about our events and our fact sheets. Thank you. During World War II, the Imperial Japanese Army created a system of sexual slavery known as the Comfort Women. It is believed 50 to 200,000 women and girls were forcibly removed from their homes, placed into brothels and ward camps, raped daily, and degraded beyond measure. Many of these women hailed from Japanese-occupied lands, including China, the Philippines, and Korea. To this day, the Japanese government has yet to recognize the pain inflicted upon these women at the hands of the Japanese soldiers. It is only in recent years that waves of women have come forward to share their experiences. These are their stories.
Sometimes in the morning, when the light seeped in. Sometimes while in mourning, among the shadows of lost kin. Sometimes in the evening, as the world grew dim. Always in the night, the darkness and him. We cried in the dark while the soldiers lay sleeping. Cried at the sting of an open wound, an enduring mark. All were weeping. On the wild mountainside, with no stars to lie under, yearning for a place to hide, a body torn asunder. the springtime of youth lost to their cruel charade. We cannot put in terms of cost that which can never be repaid. The scars still remain. The taste of fear laces every breath. Memories of constant pain. A feeling dreaded more than death.
How did I feel? I felt as if we were taken here to be killed. I could not but weep. No one talked. All we did was weep. That night we slept there, and in the morning we were put in those rooms. Soldiers came to my room, but I resisted with all my might. The first soldier wasn't drunk, and when he tried to rip my clothes off, I shouted, "No!" and he left. The second soldier was drunk. He waved a knife at me and threatened to kill me if I didn't do what he said. But I didn't care if I died, and in the end he stabbed me. Here, my chest. He was taken away by the military police, and I was taken to the infirmary. My clothes were soaked with blood. I was treated in the infirmary for 20 days. I was sent back to my room. A soldier who had just returned from fighting came in. Thanks to the treatment, my wound was much improved, but I had a plaster on my chest. Despite that, the soldier attacked me, and when I wouldn't do what he said, he seized my wrists and threw me out of the room. My wrists were broken, and they were still very weak. There was no bone here. I was kicked by a soldier here. It took the skin right off. You could see the bone.
These are the words of 정옥순, Kimiko Kaneda, Maria Rosa Henson, 송신도, 안점순, 강덕경, and Yoon Turi. Many comfort women originated from Korea, binding the two nations with a painful history. We are here today to respect the stories of these survivors and those of the thousands of women whose stories remain untold.
Thank you to Stan for shedding an insight on this important topic that is particularly relevant during this time. Again, for those who may be interested in joining Stan and what they do, follow him on Facebook at Stand for Comfort Woman and on Instagram at Stand at Yale. And for our final performance, we are so excited to be premiering Hangarak's newest song cover of the groundbreaking song Dynamite by BTS.
Cause I'm in the source tonight, so watch me bring the fire and set the night.
Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top, LeBron. Ding dong, call me on my phone, iced tea and a game of ping pong.
This is getting heavy. Can you hear the bass boom? I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey. Yeah, this beat cha-ching like money.
Disco overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go. I'm down and you know I glow up.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little funky soul, so I light it up like dynamite.
Bring a friend, join the crowd, wanna come along. Word up, talk the talk, just move like we off the wall. Day and night, skies are light, so we dance to the break of dawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball.
This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass boom? I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat cha-ching like money.
Disco overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go. I'm diamond, you know I glow up.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little funk and soul, so I light it up like a dynamite. Woo, woo. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Life is dynamite. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Life is dynamite.
Shining through the city with a little funky soul. Summer lights it up like dynamite. Whoa, whoa.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Eh, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Eh, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Eh, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, da-na
so tonight. So watch me bring the fire and set the night light. Shining through the city with a little funk and soul. Light it up like dynamite.
This is ours. So watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Wow. Shining through the city with a little funk and soul. So I light it up like dynamite. Life is dynamite.
Life is dynamite.
Shining through the city with a little funk and soul. So my light it up like a dynamite.
And that includes our culture show for this year. Again, thanks to everyone who was involved in the creation of the event, from everyone on Kasy board, movement, stand, and Hangarak. I also can't forget to thank everyone who is currently attending live and to the entire Kasy community for making the Korean American community at Yale so special this year in spite of the unprecedented universal challenges we faced. We hope everyone finishes the spring semester strong. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021, and we hope to see returning classes next year in person when hopefully things will look closer to normal. Thank you so much.
진성에 심장이 덜컥 내려앉는다는 건 나도 모르게 어느새 짓궂은 네 말투 자꾸 듣고 싶은 걸 언제까지 넌 모른 척 할 거니 사랑이 온 거야 너와 나 말이야 네가 좋아 정말 못 견딜 만큼 그거면